Well, thanks very much, Premier, and it's great to be back here in the great state of Victoria and for what is such an exciting announcement, the first of our social housing accelerator projects. One that will result in 231 new dwellings being built of high quality, dwellings that are efficient, dwellings that enable people to have a good quality of life. And most importantly, the first step is the security of a roof over your head. I understand that's what it did for me growing up in social housing. That security of a roof over my head enabled me to aspire to go to university, to do what I've been able to achieve up to this point in my life. And too many people are missing out. The difference here is just extraordinary. A Victorian government that's interested in making sure that social housing remains on the site in Carlton, as opposed to what we saw in recent years, and I campaigned against it in places like Millers Point in Sydney, where dilapidated places got sold off, flogged off to the private sector. Buildings like the Sirius building, famous building next to the Harbour Bridge, that was purpose-built for people with disabilities, sold off. What this is about is giving people housing close to health facilities, where they can walk to the city, close to education facilities, giving them that security. And it's just the first of a range of projects that we'll be doing in partnership here with the Victorian Government. The $2 billion Social Housing Accelerator Funds enables projects like this to happen fully federally funded. But we're partnering with Victoria on the $1.7 billion we extended for just the current financial year, extending the Commonwealth State Housing Agreement. There's the $2 billion we've allocated for community housing, and last week an additional $1 billion as well being made available through our housing infrastructure facility, so that community housing organisations can get loans and get support to make sure that additional housing is built. And last week, of course, we had our Housing Australia Future Fund, finally passed the Parliament, still with the opposition of the Liberals and the Nationals and One Nation, still saying no to public and affordable housing. The truth is that what we need to do if we're going to address housing issues is increase supply. And that's why part of this social housing accelerators as well is support from state and territory governments to upgrade planning laws to make sure that we get that increase in supply. This is a win-win-win for Victoria, but for the whole country as well. And it's a very exciting project. It's not surprising that the first project is here in Victoria, given the commitment of the Andrews Labor government to doing more on social housing investment than other governments. But they're all stepping up now, stepping up to the plate as a result of having a partner in the Commonwealth. When I announced the Housing Australia Future Fund as the centrepiece of my second budget reply, some of the media commentary at that time was, oh, why is the Commonwealth being involved in housing? Well, we're involved because we need to be, because it has an impact on everything else, on education, on health, on people's prospects in life. And we want to make sure that no one's left behind. And part of that is this commitment that we're making today.